So 28 participants and me. Nice to see you here, everyone. I am Aidas, a trainer from Lithuania, currently living in Vilnius. I was a National Youth Council board member in Lithuania. I was representing you, so the previous topic is very nice and interesting. And I am also a freelance trainer who is doing workshops about youth or digital security and so on. Even in TechSoup Europe, I'm a member of TechSoup Europe community, which is in the Baltic countries and Visegrad countries. They are starting another media literacy campaign. And today I will run a workshop about cybersecurity. Can you see what I'm trying to show you? Cool. We have 30 minutes. So I already asked you how many of you saw Black Mirror series or movies, but I want to ask you someone again. Can you explain what it's about for those who didn't see?
Well, I remember when I was getting into the series, somebody explained to me as a TV show that sort of shows how our lives are connected to technology.
Mm-hmm. A little bit futuristic also, what can be later on in our lives. So it's, yeah, I already asked how many people saw it, and let's go a little bit more. And I will try to find the connections between different TV series, which you can still see on different platforms, and the real life. So one of them is Nosedive, when woman is trying to reach as much as possible social ratings, as many as possible good social ratings in her life, that she could afford a house, a good car, work in a higher on a higher level in the building, in the company, and so on. But the quote is from China File, NGO who works and lives in the United States of America, about China, which is at the moment implementing social score system in their country. And that's called a state surveillance, when state is collecting different information about people, and afterwards they're trying to manage how they, for example, what they say about the leadership. Are they agreeing? Are they holding by the rules, or they are fighting against it, and so on? And I was learning about it, and one interesting thing which was really interesting for me, that they have as well information collectors, people who is going around the city, around the region, and writing down the notes about other people, about their neighbors, and so on. For example, if someone swears and they don't like it, so they give bad social ratings and so on. If they, for example, gives a help for elderly people to go through the street, they give a better social rating. And if your score is low in China, you would join a blacklist, which is done by official organizations, official part, like justice thing in China. You could not buy a train or a plane ticket, so you could not move in the country, in the city, or abroad. You could not get a loan for apartment, so you cannot buy or start a business, and so on. If you get a high score, so it's like 750 and more, you can get a discount for trips, discount for museums. In different articles, they are writing that you can get even a visa to Europe and so on. yes, it's not from reality. And very interesting fact is that half of the surveillance system cameras in the world is in China only, and they are trying to do that in national wide. And another thing, they're surveillancing a lot of Muslim regions, so they are pressing it and so on. If we would have time, we could dig deeper that people who is working there, many of them are accepting this and saying that that's everything, that this is okay. I like the rules, people should have rules and so on. For example, one journalist did research about corruption on the highest level of officials of the party, and he got a very low score ranking afterwards. Another one, which was similar about Archangel, the entire history of you. When you have a chip in your head or in your mind, and you can see all the stories or moments in your life, and you can see it again. As Donat mentioned it before, there is also another TV series, another series when you can delete it or and so on, the information, or check what your friend is doing and so on. But at the moment we have Sweden, which has a microchip in the hand, and they developing it. With it, you can open doors, make your payments, go to, for example, buy a train ticket and so on, only by touching everything by your hand. Or Neuralink, which is developed by Elon Musk. And in one of the presentations, he said that he is trying to be as ambitious as possible, that he's hoping to read and write people's minds, thoughts in people's minds, because this chip would be in people's head, memories, and try to help people discuss and talk telepathically to each other. And the third series, which I would like to, which will help to go to the task, is Shut Up and Dance. It's more about blue whale, when you have people are collecting a lot of information about you, and afterwards you have to do the task which they give it. Otherwise, they will share that information on social media, send to other people, and so on. So there's one of the main things which I have with this thing. In the beginning, a boy gets a virus in his computer by phishing attack. And there's some facts about it. So 65% of attacker groups used spear phishing. That means that they have some information about those people: name, surname, job, where they work, what is their family, how, and so on, where do they live. 29% of breaches involved use stolen credentials. 94% of malware was delivered via emails. So as Evaldas mentioned in his presentation, we need to know where we are clicking on, and 64 of organizations have experienced a phishing attack. It's 2018, but I will share later on a link where you can find all other researches and interesting facts about phishing. And with this, I would give a few rules or which we should follow not to get phished. So never give out personal information. Think before you click. Inspect the sender and greeting and the signature. Be aware of urgent or threatening language, and don't open links and others. And this I will come back a little bit later after I will explain you the task. So we will have a practical task. I am sharing with you, I will share with you the link, and I will ask you to create, stop and I will ask you to create a phishing email by using those rules, but just use them on from the other side. So for example, create the language and so on to the direct and send to the direct person, and I will show you everything. So the link is here. We can go to the fake email and we will send an email afterwards. For this, you have from 5 to 8 minutes by using these rules to write an email and to send to yourself, or you can send it to me. As I see, as I